Taylor Watch. Welcome back to another episode of Taylor Watch. Happy Thursday.
Happy Thursday, everybody.
Happy to be here on our favorite day.
Yes, favorite day of the week is when we talk to you guys.
Mm-hmm. You guys already know that. We have a couple of things have happened since Monday, since we last recorded. Yeah. But before we get into a couple of those things and then start answering your voicemails and DMs, we were just here to remind you that the weekend is upon us. And if you don't have plans, or if you do have plans, you need to insert into your plans a trip to the liquor store.
Yes, exactly.
To get your hands on some Pink Whitney, number one bestie on the pod. Shout out to Pink Whitney for always being our number one bestie and being there for us in our times of need and our times of excitement and all the rest.
Yes.
All the above.
And as you guys know, Pink Whitney is giving you guys a great opportunity to get out to Scottsdale, where the pool parties are next level and the pink sunsets are unbeatable. There is a bunch of chances to win epic prizes. One winner will score an all expenses paid Darty weekend in Scottsdale with their crew. You can also enter our sweepstakes to win swag packs full of Pink Whitney merch. What are you waiting for? Visit pinkwhitney.com/desert-darty to learn more.
I just lost my train of thought.
Yeah, I could tell from that, but that's okay.
I was zoning out a little bit. I was thinking about, we've had a very busy day.
Yes,
and you guys will see it. You'll see it all, probably October 1st is the day that we've been told. So we'll see it. And we're going to say that right now and hope that's okay. We're saying that.
Right.
But we're not going to tell you any more than that. But I really am just reflecting on the day. We've had such a cool day. You guys are going to lose your shit.
Yeah, it was really cool, really unique experience. Yeah. And it made me feel like a celebrity. Yeah,
big time. Yeah. And we hope that that you guys will be just as excited as we are.
Yeah.
But something else very exciting, something that did happen since we last spoke together, was the soft open of 1587 Prime.
Yes.
Unfortunately, our invites clearly got lost in the mail.
Yeah, and that's okay.
That's fine, because we'll catch the next one, right? There'll be another soft open, I'm sure. But this one, of course, was for the Chiefs family and friends, it seems like, and Taylor was in attendance, just sitting upstairs with Trav, hanging out.
Yeah, there was a video someone took.
Oh, I didn't see the video.
Oh, did you see this?
No,
not of Taylor, but somebody was at like a table, and the waiter says, they were like, oh yeah, she's upstairs. She's actually upstairs.
Well, she's actually upstairs. And then later on, like a press release or something of that ilk came out and mentioned that she was there. But a couple of things about the restaurant. One, of course, we finally laid eyes on the Alchemy, the drink.
Yeah. And oh my goodness.
What a great drink.
It's really cool.
Did we read this out loud last episode?
No, I don't think so.
Okay. So we have the ingredients of the Alchemy are, it's clarified citrus vodka blend, dry curacao, aronia berry, cranberry, strawberry, lime, and oolong tea.
Wow.
Crazy combo, but what's exciting about it is that and this literally sounds like an ad for 1587 Prime, but we're just hype. What's exciting about it's in a martini glass, and it's got some I don't know if you guys have seen, I've seen a few cocktails like this over time. I can't tell if it's like steel wool or like
that's what I think it is. Steel wool, maybe.
It's basically like a nest below like the drink,
like the bottom of the drink,
and they light it on fire and it sparkles like magic.
It looks like a Harry Potter casting a spell on your drink. It's the coolest thing I've ever seen.
It's unbelievable. So that's Taylor's drink. And then we also found out that there is a drink for Travis, Big Yeti.
Yep.
We've got one for Patrick and Brittany as well.
Yep. Showtime and
Showtime.
Queen Bee.
Which I love.
Yeah.
I love that.
Queen Bee is Grey Goose, Lychee, Wildflower. I'm not sure what that word says.
Wildflower. It could be like elderflower vibes.
And then vanilla and lemon. Ooh,
yeah.
And I can't read the rest
Something
of those
else.
words,
Yeah,
to
I
be
can't
honest.
read it either.
The Big Yeti is Gentleman's Cut Bourbon, Bullet Rye,
that's a brand.
bitters, something. It looks
sounds a little bit like an old fashioned or maybe some whiskey on the rocks. So very exciting. But so here is the what they were greeted with when friends and family complimentary dinner tonight, and this is what it says. Welcome to 1587 Prime. We are delighted to host you for our friends and family complimentary dinner. To ensure everyone's experience is exceptional, we kindly request your cooperation in adhering to our dining formula. Feel free to enjoy anything from our dinner menu. Your generosity towards our hardworking staff is greatly appreciated. You can leave your gratuity in cash or conveniently charge it to your credit card. Thank you in advance for helping build excitement around our opening in Kansas City. And then they put their Instagram tags. We appreciate your patience as we perfect every detail to create unforgettable memories. Here's to a delightful evening filled with great food and even better company.
Love it.
And I love it. And then in addition to like I mean, we've got a little bit of the menu too. Should we read some of these things on the menu?
I will say the one thing that really was like, I need to get my ass to this fucking restaurant.
Yeah.
The martini.
The martini.
Tableside service.
Unbelievable.
And you build your own martini, and they have the options of blue cheese olives, which I fucking love.
The options for them, before we even read them all off, the options for the like build your own martini.
I'm like, can I get all of this in
it's
it?
Insane.
Yeah.
I don't even know where I
Spicy
would go.
pickle brine.
Read it off. Read them all.
So, you know, you have your choices of vodka, Tito's, Grey Goose, Kettle One. I prefer Kettle One.
Yes.
Then the style, you got 50-50, standard, dry, dirty, slightly dirty, filthy. That's what I would do.
Yeah, I like that. And
it
also,
says, you filthy animal.
It's like intertwined with the words is some writing. You know what I mean? Like some handwriting. So it's exciting to see.
And then you have your option of vermouth. I usually don't go vermouth, but I really am loving this idea of like the olive brine that they have, or the spicy pickle brine, truffle brine.
Truffle brine sounds insane.
Delicious.
Olive brine, I would be very interested in, but pearl onion brine, I'm an onion girl.
Ooh.
And I think that there are a lot of onion options here.
My mouth is literally watering thinking about this martini.
Absolutely dying. And it comes
and all the extra accoutrements. You can get a blue cheese olive, a Cascivano olive, you can get a caperberry, a cornichon, a spicy pickle ribbon.
It's crazy.
Like,
More
can I get
pearl
all of
onions
those on my martini?
That's what I'm saying. Like, so when you said before, like, oh, I prefer Kettle One, I'm like, I think I gotta go Tito's and I need to fill it up with food. Like, whatever the fuck is at the bottom. Like, I don't care about the vodka. I'm trying to eat these onions and these
I would be like,
spicy
I
pickle
want
ribbons.
the caperberry, I want the blue cheese olives.
Yeah.
And it looks like there's some sort of stuffed olive that's on there. Cornichon I want the pearl onion, I want the spicy pickle ribbon. Yeah, I want
It's
all
insane.
Of it. Yeah.
And you're given this list so you can choose your own. It's a lady. She walks by with like it's table side. So she comes around with her little bar, mobile bar. And they give you this paper and they give you a little pencil that says teeny time.
Yeah, so cute.
So
like
cute.
literally, there was nothing more that enticed me to go to that bar now. Obviously, like I really wanted to go, but now I'm like, I have to go.
No, we must.
Genius idea from them.
I'm looking for more. I thought I had a bigger picture of the menu, but the things that we do know is that there is an Andy Reid Wagyu cheeseburger.
Which is just absolutely hilarious.
It's great. There's some, like a delicious looking cake, but I saw some like a whipped ricotta appetizer as well.
Oh yeah, there was
a lot of stuff that like we would like.
Yeah, there was like something with like a bunch of different like honey dips that you can like dip your little spoon in the honey.
Like a
it was like a spicy
like
chicken
a flight.
tender.
Yeah,
it
like
was
some sort of
like
flight.
that. It looks so
There are
good.
a lot of things, and it sounds as if they're it sounds like they're off and running. It's just it's so exciting. It's so cool.
Seems like everyone had a really good time too. There was a TMZ article because there was no pictures or anything, but TMZ posted.
Well, there were pictures of like the food and stuff, but not the people.
But no one there. They said Taylor wore a blue denim mid-thigh dress paired with wedges. Travis kept it casual in a green striped shirt and cap, acted like a normal couple, laughing, trading quick kisses, flashing smiles across the room. Pat and Brittany came. They seated separately but made time to swing by for a catch-up. At one point, Taylor held their baby and played with their kids.
Cuties.
Our sources say guests and staff couldn't stop talking about the pair, saying Taylor was funny, gracious, and approachable as she mingled with players and wives, making sure to greet everyone she passed.
Of course.
She's just doing her future wifely duties of being gracious and humble as she always is.
Completely. And just how exciting to be like, oh, sorry, I've got to accompany my fiance
to his restaurant
steakhouse opening. Like, just what a world,
a side table martini. Build your own martini at your table if you want.
And we know she loves a martini. We know that she loves. Oh, here's the tweet I was looking for. Someone says, "Oh, to host the soft opening of your future husband's restaurant that has a drink inspired and named after you while you prepare to release an album that will break all records and win album of the year."
Yeah,
the people are going off about this.
It's really awesome. I'm really happy for Travis and Pat too, because it seemed like went off without a hitch. All the food was delicious, and if anything, it just really made us want to get there even more.
Oh, so bad. And I started following all those people on Instagram. The restaurant owners, the group, Noble 33 are the group, and I started following them, and I'm like reacting to their stories. I'm like, hey, like get us a res, like not even for free. Like I just want a reservation.
No, seriously.
I've been trying to make reservations. They only have them extended through a certain time. Like they're open in small bursts.
Did you see that there's no prices on the menu?
Yes, I did see that. So
I don't know if that's in my tax bracket.
Who knows? But that's what I'm saying. I got an Amex now. So let's go. We'll figure it out.
We'll have to save up. It
For
just
real.
and they the cake looked fucking delicious too. But
insane.
Just seems like there was a bunch of wags posting videos. Jackson Mahomes, I guess, was posting a lot.
Okay. Yeah. They let Jackson out of the back room for the night.
Like, fine, you can have the Andy Reid cheeseburger.
You can come up from the basement.
You're gonna eat the Andy Reid cheeseburger, and then you're gonna go to bed, okay?
And you're gonna leave your phone at home. No TikToks in this restaurant. They put him in the corner.
That is hilarious.
Oh my God, that makes me laugh a lot. But yeah, so successful opening for them all. Yeah. And hopefully we will be able to be boots on the ground at some point in the future. It looks so delicious. And I love a steakhouse. Like oh my God, I love a steakhouse. So I know that I'll love everything. I saw a lot of Wagyu beef on the menu, which is my fave. So
yeah, me too.
We will love
a filet mignon, love a béarnaise sauce. Woo! Like, yeah, just drown me in béarnaise sauce.
Damn. Oh my God, I could drink it really. But yeah, so good stuff there. We also had People put out a whole article, and Taylor's on the cover of the magazine, a photo of her from the Grammys in her red dress, big smiles all around, talking about her engagement. And within the article that we read, it said that it's probably going to be low key and it won't be anything extravagant, and this is about love, essentially, is what it says.
A source tells People that the pop star and the Kansas City Chiefs tight end want to keep it more private when they tie the knot. It will definitely be a private affair and not a spectacle, the source says. They both have close circle of friends, and they'll respect their privacy.
And no, you can't come to the wedding. That's what I heard there.
Yeah, and no, you can't come to the wedding. Yeah, I love that. I mean, honestly, I'm not surprised at all.
Not surprised at all. The only split second that I thought maybe we would see stuff about the wedding or whatever is because she announced the engagement on Instagram the way that she did. But
it doesn't mean that we won't get a little sneak in or something of that nature. It just means like the event itself will be very low key, which I love.
For sure. And I do think that is very reflective of them, because they're the richest people on earth and they're successful and whatever, and they have more money than anybody. But ultimately, that's not really, I don't know. It doesn't seem like that's who they are. You know what I mean? Like, they're not showing up. Like, Taylor's not like obsessed with brands and obsessed with whatever. Like, they're not those kind of people.
No, totally not.
As far as I can tell. And so they're the kind of people that are getting married where you're like, oh, they're getting married for the right reasons. They're not getting married to have a wedding. They're getting married because they're in love. Right. And I feel like there are a lot of people who get married because they want the wedding.
Yeah, of course.
And it's, a lot of people get stressed out in their relationships planning the wedding.
I feel like sometimes the wedding itself can kind of trump the love or just the act of getting married is, supposed to be this big, profession of love and all this stuff. And sometimes the extravagance of the wedding can knock that down a little bit. So I didn't expect anything else, honestly.
No. I think it'll be great.
Like, if they had a huge fucking blowout wedding, I'd be like, that's crazy. I mean, I wouldn't, that's great for them. And if anything, that kind of makes sense with like Travis, because I feel like Travis has so many friends and stuff.
Totally.
But like, they're private people.
And they got to keep that circle tight when it comes to the wedding. It's like, you only can trust so many people. It's not like they're going to invite 100 people and give everyone a +1 and then hope for the best when it comes to cell phones and stuff. Like, I do think that there's still that element of not only safety, but I mean, you saw Taylor was a guest at a wedding on Long Beach Island, and the second everybody found out that she was anywhere near New Jersey, everybody flocked to the restaurant, And it's like, if they're having a wedding and we see people arriving and it's this big spectacle, it's like the fucking Bezos wedding. I foresee that being a greater issue. So I don't know if that's something that they're
very good point.
Considering
good point.
Or thinking about, but I would think keeping it more intimate and a little more laid back would alleviate a lot of the stress on that side of things.
That's actually a really good point about doing big extravagant things. I feel like
it's like calling a lot of attention, but not the kind that they're looking for on that kind of day. You know what I mean? Like, they're not looking for paparazzi to fucking break through the bushes during the vows. 100%. Like, that would be a nightmare. That would ruin the day. That would ruin the day.
Oh my God.
And they would do that, those money pieces of shit.
And that's why I feel like she won't get married like in a European country or something. Like, people were saying Lake Como because they went there.
So true.
It's way too easy for paparazzi to take pics of you on Lake Como, because a lot of these big villas, they're like right on the water. So paps just get on their boat and they can, with their insane zoom lens, they could be however many feet away on a boat and they can still.
And the Euro paps are ruthless. You think America's bad? Oof.
Oh yeah.
Christ. So yeah, that's that. good for them. Again, this is people, so we trust people sometimes.
Yeah.
I think that's, there's nothing not to trust out of this, whatever their source is. So hoping for the best. We also had some tape praise from the one, the only Bryan Adams, who my mom is a big fan of Bryan Adams, if I remember correctly.
Honestly, when I said this, I was like, I don't even know who this guy is.
Oh, Summer of '69. The Summer of '69. He's also just a really good artist. Yeah. Well, yeah. Yeah, that's literally him.
Yeah, okay.
You got it. You know him.
Yeah.
He had said that that when he's done a lot of covers, or not covers, duets of people coming up and singing Summer of '69 with him at shows or festivals, whatever, and that the only person to ever do it justice was Taylor Swift.
I love that. Yeah. He said she sang the lead vocal, I sang the harmony, and that was really fun for me because I've always thought that the harmony in that song is very subliminal on the record, but it's there. So I love that. Yeah, Bryan Adams, rock on.
Not only
does he have any other songs?
He's like an icon, like a long time. I can't off the top of my head.
Straight from the heart.
Summer '69.
Oh my God,
Heaven.
he did a song on Spirit Stallion of the Cimarron?
Everything I do for the everything I do it for you. He's got a lot of these. You would know it. You would know these songs. Like your parents are probably fans of these songs. I bet your parents like them.
He did a song on Spirit Stallion of the Cimarron soundtrack.
I
Do you
don't
know that movie?
No, what is that?
Oh my God, you don't know Spirit Stallion of the Cimarron?
No, I must have missed that one. Oh my God, Spirit!
Yeah.
I didn't know what you were talking about. Of course, Spirit the horse.
Yes. I fucking love that movie. I actually just watched that movie recently. He did the soundtrack for it.
He's like a
Yeah, like a.
He's not Billy Joel, but he's kind of in that in that like vibe, you know, song wise. If you were to go down his like 1 through 10, I think you'd know more than half of these songs.
Well, that one song you said, "Everything I Do for You," spent 16 consecutive weeks at #1.
Yeah,
that's awesome.
That song is the best.
Yeah.
And he's got Heaven, Run to You. Apologies to the Bryan Adams fans. I'm not as big of a fan as I thought I was. My mom is a huge fan. I know that, and he's got albums, in the 80s. He had albums.
Yeah, he's like 80s rock vibe.
Yeah. Great. And I love when musicians like that compliment Taylor on her talent.
Yeah.
Because it's just, it's
not the usual.
It's vindicating.
Yeah, and it's also like someone that she doesn't like normally collab with. Yeah. It's not like another pop person. It's someone that's very well respected.
Exactly.
In the music world.
Well respected, showing respect.
Yeah.
And I love that.
Love that, always.
So that's that. But we really didn't have a lot else going on. We, of course, after we do our voicemails and DMs at the end of the episode, we will have the Summer I Turned Pretty episode 10 recap, which is great. What an episode. And we obviously break it all down. But shall we
Let's
get
do
into
it.
voicemails and DMs? Gia, before we get into the voicemails, hear ye. The draft queens hath arrived.
Yes.
It is Thursday, so that means we're going into the weekend. That means DraftKings is here for us again. We're back on our gambling grind. We are Swifties
excited.
who are getting into football. We're excited. And we've come up with another little parlay this week, and it's called the Overs Parlay.
Yes. We want points.
Points. And that's going to be the name of the game. We're just going to be rooting on everyone all weekend long to just rush, get those points, get those touchdowns. And don't let anybody stand in your way.
Yeah, exactly.
So, would you like to? So, we picked them together.
Yes.
But I think you wrote them down. So maybe I kind of forget.
I did write them down. So
Gia's
Kelly
better
had
than
the
me.
good idea of doing a 1 o'clock game, 4 o'clock game, 8 o'clock game.
Yeah.
So for our 1 o'clock game, we're going Bills, Jets over 46.5 points.
Yes.
That's minus 110. And we love that because it's a little more unlikely for it to happen. So we want both points combined to be more than 46.5.
Yes, which is great. So we want both the Jets and the Bills to be scoring.
Yes.
And here's the thing: is I'm a new Jets fan. I don't know if I've really announced that. I'm not totally claiming it as my number one, but I'm going to be a Jets fan this season. I had to commit to a New York team, so I feel good for them scoring points. Do I think they're that good still? No, of course not. But they will score some points.
They definitely looked way better than they did last year playing against Aaron Rodgers and the Steelers.
Yep.
So we'll have to keep our eyes peeled. And our guy Josh Allen, we love him so much.
Josh Allen of the Bills,
yes,
of course. And so yeah, that's mostly why we're excited about this. Why we picked the Bills, because we do love Josh Allen and we do love his wife Haley Steinfeld.
Yes, we do.
So which is she? Haley Allen? No.
Ooh, Haley Steinfeld Allen.
I bet she's still Steinfeld.
Yeah, probably.
All the time. So next, what our 4 o'clock game
is the Chiefs and the Eagles. I am very scared for this game, y'all.
Gia is going to be silently rooting for their demise, and that's her prerogative, and she deserves it. So,
but we are taking the over.
We're taking the over again.
We want points. We want points.
Points for everyone doesn't matter. The total points here is it's 46.5.
Yep.
Again, and so we just want to have more points than that.
Yep.
And the what is it? The spread, the number.
Yep.
Is minus 102.
Yes.
So that means it's pretty likely that that's going to happen.
Yeah. Yeah.
So we're hoping for that.
We're hoping for that for sure. Hoping for a little less discourse than the Super Bowl.
Yeah, that would be nice.
For the last game, we have Atlanta versus Minnesota.
Woo-hoo.
And we are taking the over on that too, 44.5 points. And that line is minus 110. So that's the same as Bills Jets. And this one was kind of a little obscure. We're like, oh, Georgia, those Georgia eyes, put the stars to shame.
Yeah, we really were trying to work this one in there. But yeah, you said the way that my blue eyes shine, put those Georgia stars to shame. And so Georgia, Atlanta, Vikings, who knows? Let's tie them all in.
Right. Vikings, they're old time. They sailed across the sea. They had a point to prove. Taylor always has a point to prove.
Exactly. And thank you for that comparison because that makes total sense. And also, it's the only game happening at 8 o'clock. So that is mostly why we chose it. But we are, again, it's the overs parlay. We are taking the over on total points scored, which would be 44.5.
Yep.
So we want more than that.
Yep.
Everybody score. And the spread on that is minus 110.
Yes.
Which means probably likely.
Yeah.
So we hopefully have set you guys up for success this week.
Yes.
And
I'm feeling a lot more confident about this one.
Me too. And then again, and we have that ghost parlay option as well. Keep your eyes peeled. I know Swifty Dave explained it really well on his Instagram for those who are really trying to get into this kind of stuff. And he explained that if you do a 3-leg parlay, or I don't think it has to be just 3, there's an option where you can remove one if they've lost, and you can still save your parlay. So go check out his video on that for a more in-depth explanation about it, and just have some fun. Have some fun with us.
So whether you are here for the touchdowns, the tailgate, or just good times with friends, DraftKings Sportsbook, an official sports betting partner of the NFL, adds extra excitement to game day. Even if you're new to the rules of betting, it's simple and fun. Just pick a team or your favorite player. No pressure, no need to know all the rules. Just a fun way to add extra excitement to your game days. And here's the best part. When you sign up and place a $5 bet, you'll get $200 in bonus bets when you play right away. So download the DraftKings Sportsbook app and use code TaylorWatch to get started. That's code TaylorWatch for new customers to get $200 in bonus bets instantly when you bet $5, plus over $200 off NFL Sunday Ticket from YouTube and YouTube TV in partnership with DraftKings. The crown is yours.
I also want to mention that we've had enough people at this point reach out to us. Yes, that is us on the commercial in all of the streaming services. It's on Netflix. It's like everywhere. It's on YouTube. One of the girls that was just with us was explaining that she saw it on YouTube. And I've had friends from all over the place, not even watching like football content, see our commercial. So if you guys see us, take a little picture and tag us in it, and we'll share because it'll be really fun. And of course, thanks to DraftKings for involving us and embracing the Swifties in this new venture of ours.
Love it. All right, let's jump into voicemails and DMs.
Woohoo!
Hi, girls. Love you ladies in this pod. I've been thinking about a theory for Taylor's track eldest daughter and wanted to get your opinion on birth order and how that could potentially shape our personalities and our compatibilities with our significant others. So I'm the youngest in my family, and my husband is the oldest in his. And obviously Taylor is the eldest daughter, but Travis is the younger brother. Also, Jason is the older brother, but Kylie is the younger sister. I also just did a quick Google search, and interestingly, Maddie Keeley is the oldest of his siblings. So do you think that birth order makes you more compatible with your significant other? Also, do you think that the song is going to be about her wearing her eldest sibling title with like pride, or in a way that's saying that, not complaining, but kind of saying how like there's more responsibility and there's more of a burden with being the eldest sibling? Let me know. Thanks, girls.
Thanks, Queen. Bye. Love you.
Thank you so much. And you're absolutely right. And I do think if people start like pairing up, like where are you in your family's placement?
Oh.
I bet there's a lot of opposites.
Totally. And I think
yeah.
Oh, sorry.
No, I don't even have a,
No, I think birth order is like the first thing that will define you for the rest of your life.
Yes.
Honestly, like I am so youngest daughter. You're so oldest daughter. Like Francesca's so oldest daughter. Like it's the different responsibilities that you're given. It's the different way you're parented. It's, you know, there's such a big separation, I feel like, between being the youngest and being the oldest. And yeah, I do feel like that makes for a good dynamic, whether it's a relationship or whatever it is, because, you know, you get the responsible side from the older one, and then you get like that kind of carefree side from the younger. And when you mix that together, you get like a perfect 50-50 match. And I think that's why, you know, so many of these times, maybe there is this pattern of people being youngest in their family and their partner being oldest, or ipso facto, other way around.
Absolutely. I think that there's a lot to do, right. It's a personality trait.
Yeah.
And as much as people want to admit that or not, they don't think, you know, if I were not an eldest daughter, I don't think I'd be the way I am.
100%.
I think like you said, it's a little more
the way your
lax.
life,
like when you're younger, it's like, all right, well, the parents have already gone through a kid or two, and by the time you show up, it's like, all right, I trust that you'll have it figured out, and there's a level of freedom, and like you said, that like carefree,
and you're babied for a little bit longer as well when you're the youngest. When you're the eldest, I feel like you have to take on a more responsible parent role. I
don't have a memory of being babied like in my life. Like I can't think of a time where there wasn't a moment where I didn't like pull myself up and do it myself. Like that's just how I am. Also, I like to be that way. But kind of thinking about that, if I were to date someone that is a youngest child, there would have to be an element of like responsibility there, because I do think that I could clash in that way where it's like you're very aloof and you're not, why don't you care about this as much as I do, or something, you know, in that way, almost like having to have like take care of a younger sibling. Would hate to have that dynamic, but I do think that some younger siblings recognize the like work that goes into being an older sibling, and there's that like respect, and it's almost like they add to it versus making it more difficult. And I think that's definitely what like Travis does. And he clearly respects Taylor on a lot of levels, not saying that he respects her because she's an eldest daughter, but I think that
I get what you're saying, for sure.
It comes naturally. And I think that she I'm not sure what this song will be about, but I think that being an eldest daughter, it's a strange concept in general, because you're the first kid, like your parents didn't know what they were doing, and you know, mistakes or not, that you were like the test subject.
And
you know,
I could also see her painting it as like, I'm kind of the eldest daughter of like the pop world, I'm kind of the eldest daughter of like, you know, my fans, all this stuff, like they look up to me. I'm like this figure that's like,
maybe she's like, stop calling me mother and start calling me big sis.
You know? Something like that.
What the opening line is, they all call me mother, but I just want to be big sister, big sister, big sister. And then that's
I'm your big sister.
Big sister, big sister. Woo, woo, big Yeti and big sister going to the club. That's going to be the song.
I love that. But yeah, I feel like it's definitely going to be more like about the role that the eldest daughter carries, and like what comes with that.
Also, wait, one more thing. Again, literally can't stop talking about being an eldest daughter. There is this, she had said that there's like a burden, like a level of burden. I wonder if she would talk more about that, because I think that, you know, she's got a younger brother, and if I'm in her shoes and I think about my younger brother, and there's a lot that I try, you know, you don't want to stress out your sibling. Like you want to look after your siblings. You want to make things easier for them. So if there's ever an opportunity where like something is difficult and I can fix it right away, I'm doing it. Doesn't matter if it hurts me or if it inconveniences me. It's just more like, okay, this needs to be done for my younger sibling. So, and I think that she has that same mentality where she just wants to do everything for anyone. Pathological people pleaser, you know? So I think it kind of goes hand in hand.
Love that. Okay, next one.
Hi ladies, this is Jamie phoning in from Sydney, Australia. I was just listening to the most recent pod about you guys talking about like the football men, always talking about Taylor. And it just got me thinking about how you two are like the only ones qualified to talk about both Taylor and Travis's world. Like you are actually fans of both. And I think it's crazy that you started this podcast working for a sports-centric company before they were even together. So, like, I feel like you both manifested this. And I'm just so happy that it's worked out for you both so well. And
Thank you.
I hope you feel that. And I hope you feel like the universe is on your side, because she is.
God, Jamie.
And I want to say congrats, because you're both really doing it, and you're doing it so well. And I was so mad at Dave when he canceled it, but you're back and it's all good. So that's that. And then I just want to talk about how it's only 3 weeks until the life of a showgirl, and I can't wait. I am having a listening party with my friends. I've bought feathers, balloons, and I'm going to like rhinestone a bra or something.
Oh, I love that.
It's just such an exciting time to be a Swiftie, and I really hope we get to see your reactions in some capacity as well. I know it's really hard with the copyright stuff. I mean, I'd pay for a Patreon membership just to see you guys react to the album, because I just love your videos. So yeah, that's all. I love you guys. Bye.
Love you so much.
Love you so
Such
much.
a nice message.
Thank you. I mean, yeah, it's so exciting. It really is an exciting time, and we're happier than ever to be able to do it.
Yeah.
And she's right. When Taylor and Travis started dating, it was like
our two worlds colliding.
Yeah, it was like the Avengers.
Yeah.
It was like we're all coming together, and the base is Barstool Sports. Like it was so crazy how many people were talking about it here, and what grew out of it in this show.
Yeah.
It's just it was nuts.
We need to start planning our party, our listening party.
Yeah, we really do.
Yeah.
We really do. It's,
like if she's rhinestoning a bra, then I gotta fucking get a full outfit.
It's time.
Yeah.
It's time that we have to get something on the schedule. Listen, we are up their asses all the time, by the way. Like there's nobody they hear from us all the time.
Yeah, literally.
So it all depends on timing and stuff. So but we'll definitely have something like that, and we just need to all get in a room and just party it up, you know?
100%. Okay, last one.
Girls, it's Whitney from St. Louis, the girl who called from her office when Taylor got engaged. Anyway,
Whitney. She's
I'm
always
catching up on
idea.
social media, but I just saw that Sabrina wore the Bob Mackie to her after party. I just wanted to hear your guys' thoughts if you saw it. I can't believe it was the exact Bob Mackie that Cher wore. It's amazing. Anyway, she looked gorgeous. Just wanted to know your thoughts. Okay, love the pod.
Love you. I actually had no idea.
Oh yeah,
about
she wore like archival Bob Mackie, literally, off the back of Cher, essentially. Which Cher, we maybe need to do an episode one day all about Cher, because she is tied in with Taylor in the "You Need to Calm Down" music video. She has that, but Mama, I Am a Rich Man, quilted up on her thing. So she obviously clearly respects Cher, as every good girl should.
Cher's a fucking icon.
She's unbelievable.
I saw this video of her, and they're like, she like paved the way for fashion, whatever, and it's like her ripping off her outfits every single time.
So that's one of those outfits is the one that Sabrina's wearing. So Cher had her own her own show back in the day, and to start the show, it was always her coming out and revealing her outfit, and every episode she would have like a new outfit to reveal. She'd come out in like a coat or something, so it was almost like an expected thing. But that's where the famous line I'm pretty sure it might have been an award show, but I think it was from her show, where she was like, a moment for the dress and a moment for the back of the dress. She became this fashion muse to Bob Mackie. So if you see Bob Mackie stuff anywhere, it's likely that Cher has worn it or inspired it. And I think Sabrina is honestly so Cher. Like she really is. Like,
totally.
In energy,
extravagance,
the way she talks,
confidence.
how quick she is.
Yeah.
Like Cher is so fucking smart. Like, and she's so.
She has the funniest Twitter.
You got the funniest Twitter, but you have to go back and watch like every Cher movie ever. Like Moonlight, you gotta watch. Moonstruck is the movie, not Moonlight. And you have to watch also The Witches of Eastwick. And now that we're entering spooky season, I could not recommend this movie enough. It's got Cher, Michelle Pfeiffer, and Susan Sarandon, and Jack Nicholson is the devil. And they are witches, and it's an iconic movie that must be watched. I would say in a same vibe as as Practical Magic.
Love.
But has a little more like sass to it. Highly recommend.
Okay, yeah, she wore this dress when she did a duet of Shame, Shame, Shame with Tina Turner. And the duo rocked matching dresses. I love this.
Hell yeah.
Also, so when Sabrina did that little homage to Britney during her VMAs performance, I guess Britney wore a Bob Mackie outfit when she was doing
that makes sense.
She wore her like iconic look doing the
that makes total sense.
Yeah,
Bob Mackie.
and I guess she wore a bunch of Bob Mackie. She wore Bob Mackie on the red carpet beforehand. Yeah, so cool.
She I think Miley sometimes wears Bob Mackie too.
Yeah.
There are a few of the like I would say edgier pop girlies, or the people who really are in fashion, like they gravitate towards it. So exciting. Thanks for bringing that up.
Yeah, it was very, very
Whitney,
cool, and I had no idea.
Yeah.
So let's get into DMs.
Woo.
If you could ask Taylor, and I actually saw a TikTok about this, so I wonder if they got this from a TikTok, but say, if you could ask Taylor to explain one song to you, break down every lyric, what song would you choose? Thanks, love the pod. Sarah from Houston.
Oh. Say it again?
It's been a long day.
I don't know why I can't.
No, it's okay.
It's like the 8th time this happened to me.
We've done a lot of talking
I'm
today.
like listening, but I'm glazed.
Yeah.
I don't know what's happening. Say it again. I'm sorry.
If you could ask Taylor to explain one song to you and break down each of the lyrics, what song would you choose?
Wow. I mean, obviously first thing comes to mind is the lakes always, but I can't, that can't be my answer for everything.
Yeah.
Probably Smallest Man Who Ever Lived.
Yeah.
Trying to think of like a lyrically heavy song.
I was thinking something like that. Honestly.
Chloe, Sam, Sophia Marcus.
Oh, I would love to know
It'd probably be
about
a Tortured Poets song, I think.
The Prophecy.
Yeah.
My first thought is Happiness on Evermore, just because that song is like one of her most gut-wrenching breakup songs,
Yep.
Like after giving like 7 years of my best, like tell me what to give after that. Like,
oh my God.
like just such like cut you right in the heart type of lyrics. And I'm like, I want to know like what type of mindset you were in, what inspired that. Like, was there, obviously you say Evermore is like these stories, whatever, like what story made you write like that? Because it seems like such a personal experience.
Absolutely.
And it's so cutting, and the lyrics are so dense that I just love that song.
Absolutely. I definitely think Tortured Poets, either Chloe, Sam, Sophia Marcus, or Smallest Man Who Ever Lived. But I do want the lakes though. Like that, if I'm talking about my
right
soul,
where you left me, like I would die for that too.
Like I know all the lyrics. I have reading and listening comprehension. I understand what the song is about, but I want to know like what inspired. Like, were you obviously you were there, you were at Windermere, and what books were you reading? What did the landscape inspire you in a certain way? Like, was there wisteria? Like that's those things that she included in the song. It's like, can we get on a flight and can you take me to the exact spot you wrote the song? It's
I love that.
basically
Yeah,
what
for
I
sure.
want,
For sure. Like, give me a visual.
Yeah.
Okay.
So cool.
Hi, ladies. Love you and so glad you're back for these exciting times. I was wondering if either of you had heard that Canceled may be about the Vienna shows being canceled. And this being Taylor's way to give Vienna Swifties something special since she wasn't able to perform for them. I love that take. Thoughts? Amber from SF, Bay Area, California.
I am also curious about that. I saw that like theory kind of floating around. I feel like it's a very sensitive subject.
I was going to say that.
I wouldn't get your hopes up for it to be about the Vienna shows being canceled.
Just 'cause, it's a touchy subject.
Yeah, although it could be, it could be like a sad song and it's like the show's been canceled and everyone hates me and they're all mad at me. Like it could be like that, how she felt. Because the fans felt sad, and I don't even necessarily think that would like make you feel good. Like it's not because
it was a safety precaution,
it wasn't Taylor's fault.
Yeah.
Like it wasn't Taylor's fault. They weren't able to reschedule it in Vienna. It was one show, right? Just one show happening there.
Yeah,
they weren't able to do it, and I
think it was 3. Let me look up.
Can't remember, but in my head, it's like
it was
8
to 10th. Yeah,
damn. So, but you have to think about the weight of having to make that decision and weighing safety over concert goers' happiness. Like I choose safety every time, and so does Taylor, obviously, and so does everybody else. Like you just don't want, but I would think that feeling of having to make that decision and knowing that people are going to be upset about it and they're going to be upset with you, displaced anger, whatever, that in its own could elicit some strong feelings. So that could be that, but I really am not sure. I don't know. I don't know where those rumors started, by the way. Like, who started those rumors?
Yeah, I don't know.
Like, why do people think that?
I think just Swifties on Twitter
because it was
were
canceled.
Just,
because it was like a canceled show. Yeah. It could be.
Maybe like the lens of like what it feels like to disappoint your fans.
Right. Like I don't think it's gonna be like a. And here's a gift because I canceled the show. Like it's not gonna. You know what I mean? Like if it were to be about Vienna, I don't think it would be like a happy song.
Yeah. I agree.
If that makes sense.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Someone had a good idea for us about our potential album listening.
Fab.
He said, "Hey Kelly, hey Gia, I watched the pod episode today. I'm so glad that you guys found a way to be able to react to Showgirl by putting the timestamp up and listening to headphones.
Yeah, love.
I was thinking about it, and to build on that, I think it would be a pretty good idea to screen record the Apple Music / Spotify screen, and then when you edit, you can put the screen on for the video, crop it down, and just show the line with the dot that moves.
Smart.
And shows the time you've made it through the song. That way, if you pause to give thoughts or commentary or to freak the fuck out throughout the song, it will make your life so much easier come editing time, and for us to be able to pause with you and know exactly where you guys are. Just a thought I had. Love you guys."
I love that idea, and we will institute that idea.
Yes.
We could do it on my iPad even.
Great
Like, we can
idea.
do, or wherever, so we can, yeah. That's great. Love. Thank you for that idea. Wow.
Okay, last
Everyone's
one.
so hype.
Yeah, I know.
I was thinking about it last night. I want to get us like funky headphones, like maybe like silly ones or something that could have Bluetooth or whatever. I got to look into it, but I was thinking about it late last night.
Yeah,
we got to get something fun.
But we need something with good sound quality.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
So we might have to get we're gonna have to call up. I don't know what kind of headphones I got going on at Barstool Sports, but I do think. I
Maybe
do
we
think
could borrow
somebody.
some. That's a good idea.
Yeah.
Okay, last one. This is just a sweet message. Hi, Kelly and Gia. Steph from Omaha, Nebraska here. My daughter Hadley and I listen every Tuesday and Thursday together, and we're so happy you're back. Hadley was at her dad's this past weekend and called me all excited because our Taylor Watch Girlies popped up on her YouTube in a DraftKings ad.
Oh, no way.
Had to give you both a little shout out. Thank you for giving my preteen a reason to call her mom.
Oh my God. What the fuck? I'm going to cry my eyes out. Why'd you slip that in there? What?
Oh,
me. Mom?
No, literally. Oh my God.
Oh my God. Well, first of all, you're welcome.
Yeah.
That's so amazing.
She said,
That's amazing.
Said, and for being such a fun part of our week. Love you, ladies. And I'll be spending my Sunday with our girl Tay, since I'll be at the KC versus Philly game, even though my tickets are across the field from her suite. Close enough. Go Chiefs. Sorry, Gia.
Woo! Oh, I love that end. That's so great.
Hilarious.
They are at Arrowhead this weekend, right?
Yes.
That's the thing? All right, cool. So, yes, remember that. We obviously were discussing
Big game this
our
weekend,
parlay.
guys.
Big game for those who can't remember. It's the first
Bowl
time they've
rematch.
seen. Yeah, first time they've seen them since the Super Bowl.
Just a little thing. I just thought it was a little interesting.
Oh.
The Chiefs posted, we have a rematch this weekend.
Yeah.
They posted a pic from the Super Bowl where the Chiefs won in 2022 and not in the most recent Super Bowl. I was like, you a little embarrassed?
Oh,
a little
that's
embarrassed to post a recent pic.
Interessant. That's hilarious.
Yeah, but
I think it'll be fun and
excited.
friendly. Because remember, too, obviously, we have the Jason element. We've got Kylie,
Right,
the
right,
fan.
right,
So
right.
I'm curious how they're going to be cheering people on or whatever. I'm sure that Jason and Kylie will show up in neutral outfits.
Really? I feel like Kylie's definitely going to wear Eagles.
I feel like
She wore Eagles last time.
Did she wear Eagles at the Super Bowl?
I don't think she was. I don't remember seeing her there or seeing any pictures of her.
She definitely wore Eagles before.
Yeah, I think she's definitely going to wear Eagles.
She probably will.
Yeah.
Yeah. And good for her. She's a Philly girl.
Fuck yeah.
She knows what's up. So good luck to both teams. We just hope they score a lot of points.
Yes,
okay?
exactly. We want points. And the Eagles to win. Who said that?
Yeah. What? I'm excited. I'm excited to see Taylor's outfit. Whatever comes about at the game. So that'll be something to look forward to.
Yeah.
Like we said before, tune in to the rest of the pod for our Summer I Turned Pretty recap, episode 10.
Yeah, really good episode.
Up, obviously full of spoilers. And we will see you guys next week.
Love you guys.
All right, here we go. Let's launch into our Summer I Turned Pretty recap, episode
Woohoo!
10. Woo!
What a whirlwind.
What a whirlwind.
Yeah.
And the haters are quiet after this
For
episode.
Sure.
Jenny Han is over here. She's laughing at us all. She knew what she was doing, and she knew that we just needed to hold on for one more episode. Everyone was bitching about the last one. I thought top to bottom, this was great.
Yeah.
I think that we got a lot of information that we were looking for, and a lot of perspectives and a lot of movement.
A lot of movement.
And I'm happy about that.
A lot of, and a time jump like we expected, but like a gradual time jump
just
as
a few
the episode
months,
went on. Yeah.
3 months or whatever to Thanksgiving. Remember the first?
And then to Christmas,
and then to
New
Christmas.
Year's,
Yep.
and then even further than that.
And then to the spring.
Yeah.
Which was great. And I think that we'll go in chronological order like we always do, but there are so many moments that did make me laugh because like to show the passage of time.
Yeah.
Like Belly suddenly being fluent after not knowing
I know.
any French at all.
Yeah,
like,
that was funny.
Hilarious. So we'll get into that though. But yes, so we open up. Belly is making stuffing in her apartment that she found, I guess, with like 10 other people.
There's some creepo guy in there. There's like a business guy, and then there's some lady.
Yeah, it seems legitimately like there's 3 other people.
Yeah.
There may be they didn't show any more than that, right?
No, the dishes are up to their head in the sink. It's
the place
messy.
is gross.
Yeah.
Like, it's a really gross apartment. Like, not the actual apartment. It's just kept really gross. So I'm not sure who exactly is in charge of that apartment before Belly showed up, but yeah, it's pretty disgusting. She's making stuffing. The rest of the French people walk in and they're like, "The fuck are you making?"
Yeah, they're like, she's making something for her genocidal holiday.
yeah, which is hilarious. Like, don't mind her. She's just, which is hilarious.
Yeah.
One of the girls was like, "It smells like bad fish, whatever." I'm like, okay, stuffing smells delicious. Let's not front right now, just because you're.
Maybe she was botching it so bad, but
Maybe,
like
but, like,
that you really have to botch it.
How there's no ingredient that would even be fishy. It's literally like bread, herbs, and butter. Like, what else is stuffing? You know what I mean? So I guess unless you're adding other shit, but who knows? All I know is that she's clearly grappling with some homesickness.
Yeah.
She says it straight up. I'm homesick, I'm lonely, and I'm low-key miserable.
Yeah. I Can Do It With a Broken Heart starts playing, and it's kind of like this montage of like her being on her own for the first time. She's just explaining, no one talks back to her in French. She works a bunch of jobs. Like it's not everything that she thought it would be, it seems like. And she just is very adamant on the fact that she's very homesick.
Super, super homesick, wants to leave, but is to go home and visit her family. Everybody is suggesting, like, well, why don't you go home? Like, you're so homesick, go visit your fam. Like, what's the deal? And she won't, because she's afraid that she won't come back. And she thinks that she still has more to do in Paris. And she just thinks that she'll get stuck back in a rut at home if she goes home, which I honestly get that.
Yeah.
Like, I get her not wanting to go home. But the Thanksgiving, she brings the stuffing to work. Nobody wants to try it. It was kind of weird that, like, everybody hated the stuffing so much. Again, like, what kind of stuffing was she making? Because people were being really anti for no reason. And they weren't being very, very family oriented, as the French do.
They're a little crass.
They're cold.
Yeah, they're
people.
at the bar. She calls Jeremiah her boyfriend. She's like, "Oh, my boyfriend made this recipe, and it was so good when he made it, whatever."
Yeah,
and I was like, "Oh, okay." Still referring to him as her boyfriend.
Did she
That
say
was weird.
boyfriend?
Yeah.
Oh fuck! I thought she said ex.
Yeah. Oh, well, maybe she did say ex-boyfriend, but I only caught the boyfriend part. That's a big thing to miss if I miss that part.
I think she said ex, because I think I would have been like, "Are you okay, Belly?"
Yeah.
If she said boyfriend. I'm not sure though. I can't remember exactly.
But yeah, this is when she's saying to her friends that she's super homesick, and they're like, "You can go home," and she says that she hasn't changed or learned enough, which I liked. And then
I like that too, and I think that that's a really big piece of this whole thing is, like, she was already embarrassed to have, like, gone to Paris and had, like, stumbled through the beginning of it. So I imagine at this point, if she goes home, it kind of looks like, oh, Belly went to Paris for a few months, and what did you make of it?
Exactly.
So I get her. I get that.
For sure.
Perspective. She also said, like, she's like, I came to Paris to find my strength and my whatever it's called, independence and blah blah blah. And she goes, and it turns out that I'm weak and I'm homesick and I'm really bad at French.
Yeah, that was really funny.
I was dying, and I was like, all right, what you did gain, Belly, is a little bit of self-awareness,
which
is
sure.
priceless.
Yeah.
So congratulations, Belly, you have gained something after all in this few months that you ran off to
That's
Paris.
very true.
Yeah.
And they're talking. The boss walks out. She's like, "There's a problem in the toilet," and that's Belly's job. She gets handed the plunger, and she's like, "Oh my god, I'm gonna kill myself."
She's cleaning toilets at the bar.
Yeah. And she goes back to her, back at her shitty apartment.
Yeah.
Taylor's texting her. She's like, "Oh, let's FaceTime when you're home from work." They FaceTime. They're catching up about Thanksgiving and missing everything. Her weird roommate is lingering around with his shirt off and the robe. I don't think he's changed.
Clovis, I think is his name.
Yeah, Clovis or something.
Yeah, and he's just, like, always wearing a weird robe. Like, he's just the typical, like, creepo. He probably, like, owns the apartment and is the one renting it out. Like, it is, because later on when she talks about having to leave and she's like, "Oh, Clovis already rented out my room," or whatever.
Oh, yeah,
so he
yeah.
must be, like, the number one guy on the lease, which is why the apartment is the way that it is.
And he's ruffling through her stuff. She's trying to talk to Taylor, and I thought that's just, like, classic Belly getting so distracted, like, whatever.
Yeah.
Taylor says that Jeremiah is the same, like, he hasn't really changed at all. And while they're FaceTiming, Steven walks in.
Steven busts in trying to get a quickie.
Yeah. He goes, "All right, we have 5 minutes. Take your top off. Leave your skirt on."
Honestly, hot by Steven. Like, okay, king.
But I was like,
not while Belly's on the fucking phone. And why do they keep putting them in these situations. Like, why is Belly almost always catching her brother having sex with Taylor? Like,
I know. Well, I guess that's like what happens when your best friend's dating your brother. Like, you're gonna like see these
I can
awkward
count on
moments.
one hand the amount of times that I've interrupted my friends accidentally with sex. Like, I just don't think that happens as often as we think.
Leave
and
your
it happens,
top on.
It
Take
literally
your
happens
skirt off.
weekly with Belly and Steven and Taylor. You know what I'm saying? Like, it happened in college. It's happening now. It happened in, in Cousins at one point. Like, how many times is this gonna happen? Like, someone needs to get like better situational awareness. I think it's Steven.
That was so funny. Take your top off, leave your skirt on. I was like, okay, Steven.
No, literally.
Like,
I mean,
Jesus.
like, would have been great if your sister literally wasn't on FaceTime in Paris, verge of tears about how homesick she is. But okay.
Taylor wants her to come home for Christmas, and Belly's kind of like skirting around it, and she's like, oh, why don't you come to Paris for New Year's Eve?
Woohoo!
And I couldn't think of anything more fun to do.
Really good idea. Taylor's excited.
Yep. Taylor's like, yes. Oh my God, that scared me.
Me too. It scared me too, but I felt it.
I knew it was gonna happen. Taylor said that Lucinda paid her back half of what she owes her, so that was great to know that Lucinda's still working.
Yeah, a little egg showing us that Lucinda is successful.
Yeah,
she's
maturing,
crushing it, doing what she needs to do. We're proud of her.
Yeah, she's like, oh, I have some money, like I can come, whatever. They hang up. Taylor walks out into Steven's apartment, what it seems like.
Nice ass fucking apartment, by the way.
Really nice apartment.
Okay, Steven.
Yeah.
Now at this point, I guess Steven's been like fully working now for about a year ish.
Yeah.
So, no, longer than that. Like a year and a half.
Yeah, Adam. Later on, Adam refers to Denise and him as his like two lieutenants.
Yeah.
So like clearly he has an important role.
They're holding it down at the firm, whatever the hell they do over there. And so he's got this nice ass apartment and he's hosting everyone.
Yeah,
we've got
for a little Friendsgiving.
Who's all there? It's for Friendsgiving, and Belly knew that as well. So it's Redbird's there.
Yep.
Fucking
Taylor
is fine. Jeremiah's there. Who else in there? Like friends.
Well, so when Taylor walks out, Jeremiah is hardcore making out.
Oh, that's right.
With
I forgot
some
about this.
random girl.
Yeah,
and
some
at
girl
first
named
I thought
Olivia.
it was Denise.
Me too.
Yeah, and I was like, no fucking way.
I was like, don't piss me off right now. I was about to be so mad at Denise.
Yeah.
By the way.
And so they start making out, and then this guy Brett, who I guess is their coworker, walks in.
Who's Steven's? Because does Jeremiah still work at the?
That's not said yet, but we find out later that he's not a breaker yet.
Right.
And I guess you could, infer because Steven says they're and Steven and Denise are like our coworkers.
Yeah, he's like, stop hooking up with my colleagues.
Yeah.
But here's what I think actually went down there, and tell me if you interpreted it the same way. So Jeremiah is like hooking up with this. He's hardcore making out with this girl Olivia, in the middle of the kitchen, which everybody can see. Yeah. Steven's already seen it. Like everyone's seeing it, and nobody's saying anything about it. So clearly, like people knew that was happening. This other guy Brett walks in. I get the vibe that Jeremiah also hooked up with Brett.
Yes,
that's the
yes.
Okay. Not like the girl Olivia. I only know because I was watching the subtitles, so I could see their names. But the girl, I thought that like Olivia and Brett had dated, and Jeremiah was like swooping in. But it's like no, he's just making out with everybody around.
He's being the man whore that he knows he is
hurting
best.
everybody's feelings.
Yeah,
and then he was
going
like,
back to
Brett,
his
come
old
on,
ways.
man, come in, like come eat. And he's like, no, bro, fuck off. So those two people leave.
Yep, they both leave. I said Jeremiah's being a slut.
Yep.
And then that's when Steven starts kind of like giving him some crap about hooking up with his colleagues. He's like, why don't you find someone normal? Him and Taylor like are hugging, whatever. And he's like, why don't you guys get a room?
Yeah.
I'm like, how about you look in the mirror? Because you were just literally fucking a girl on the kitchen counter.
Literally. Like I've never seen a hardcore makeout in the middle of, there's like mashed potatoes going next to him. What the fuck are we doing?
It's just gross.
It's a house full of people.
Oh yeah, and he's also being so anal about the food because Taylor used the hand mixer instead of the other thing.
The ricer.
Yeah, the
for
ricer.
the potatoes.
So
I have here. I said
gluey.
I said Jeremiah's a freak about the food again. And can I tell you what? This entire episode, Jeremiah's a freak about the food. The theory that he's going to culinary school in Paris, I've never been more convinced.
No.
Like, he's obviously going to be a chef, right?
I think this episode, like, cemented that.
100%.
I feel like every other word coming out of his mouth was something about food.
And it was all, like, advanced, like, your bougie
technical
shit. Yeah. Like, your stuff about the food. Like, he didn't stop. In the middle of all this, we do learn that Jeremiah is couch surfing.
Yep.
He's sleeping on Steven's couch. He's been there for who knows how long.
For a really long time. Steven wants him out.
Steven says the whole point with couch surfing is you're supposed to surf out at a certain point. We also see that Jeremiah has been ignoring Conrad's text messages.
Yes. Conrad's texting Jeremiah. He hasn't answered. And then that's when kind of Jeremiah gives Taylor slack about the fucking mixer.
Yep.
And then Denise shows up with Adam. Unexpected.
Yes.
Jeremiah's like, what the fuck are you doing here?
Well, Steven opens the door to Denise and he starts launching into like some work combo about their side business that they are still doing. And then all of a sudden she goes, look who I ran into in the lobby, our boss.
Yeah.
And is like, shut the fuck up about the biz. Adam walks in. Yeah.
Yeah. He has the champagne. Jeremiah's like, did you bring the champagne from my wedding? And Adam's like, what was I supposed to do? Throw it out?
Honestly, facts, but also it's just a bottle of Vouv. Like that could be any bottle. He could have gotten it on the corner. Like doesn't have to be literally the one from your wedding. Like, get over yourself, Jeremiah, at this moment. But why is Adam there? Apparently, he said, don't ask.
Oh, yeah.
I was at Kaylee's place with her parents and now I'm not. And that's the end of
that.
Or
he never even went. He was like, I was there. He was like, I thought you were supposed to go. And he's like, oh, plans changed.
Oh, okay.
Something of that nature.
Yeah. Regardless, is that he blew
like,
off Kaylee and her parents. Seems like they're donezo.
Maybe they're, exactly. So Adam, so they're all sitting at the table, eating their food. Of course, Redbird is glazing Jeremiah, as he usually does, being like, dude, you're so fucking back, like, blah, 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 blah. He unintentionally reveals that Jeremiah hasn't been at school and hasn't been at the frat house. And Adam's like, I thought you were living at the frat house. That's where you told me you were living.
Yep.
So then Jeremiah like gets all mad at Redbird for some reason, even though that's not Redbird's fault that you lied to your dad.
It's not his fault because Redbird was also hurt. He was like, oh wait, you're back in school, and Taylor was like, yeah, he's been taking classes online or something, and then Redbird was like, what the fuck, man? You won't even come stop by the frat house? I didn't know. And then in that moment, Adam is like, that's news to me because I thought that he was living at the frat house. So what the fuck? So I just, it sounds like Jeremiah just didn't, he lied to like 8 different people and didn't get his story straight.
Yeah.
And so that's what's going on there.
Jeremiah and Adam get up from the table. They go into the bathroom. They start like arguing about everything. I said Jeremiah has such a victim complex. Like, he's always the victim in every situation. They're fighting about the money. He's like, when I told you I had to take an extra semester, you made me feel like I was the stupidest person alive. Like, you just make me feel like I'm like a loser all the time, blah, blah, blah. And, Adam says something about money. He's like, like that cost me a lot of money. Jeremiah goes, it's not about the money. And
he's like, he says something along the lines of like, oh, what? You just think that you're like setting all this money on fire for my hopeless future? And Adam's like, aren't I? I was like, ooh.
Yeah, that was crazy.
Mean thing of Adam to say. Yeah. But again, like,
Adam
and Jeremiah,
gotta fucking be honest to him,
It's true. And Adam and Jeremiah, they match each other's energy. Like, as much as Jeremiah doesn't necessarily like Adam's response to him most times, it's almost exactly the same way that Jeremiah talks to him.
Yeah,
so
100%.
Whatever. But yeah, in that moment, Adam cuts him off, says, all right, well, that's it then.
Said, if it's not about the money, then I'm going to cut you off.
And forget it. Yeah. And he starts blabbing still, and then Jeremiah goes, well, if you cut me off, then I don't have to listen to your bullshit. And then he runs out of the room, which I do love. I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, true.
But I was kind of sad, though, because I thought that
me too.
Jeremiah and Adam were going to be more close, maybe, after the whole last episode.
I'm sure they were for a little while, but I think that, Jeremiah starts listing all the reasons why he lied. He was like, I lied because, like, when I called off the wedding, or when, the wedding was called off, you thought it was my fault. And
he's like, you always think everything's my fault.
Yeah. So he's like, as you can see, that's why I'm reluctant to tell you. And I'm like, I mean, I guess, but I do get that to a certain point, but like, Adam already knew everything, so why,
I feel like
why
at this point,
build up more lies?
Yeah.
Like,
it's
he
just
knew it all.
easier to tell the truth. I always
Way
felt
easier.
like, so now Jeremiah, I said Jeremiah is literally a freeloader.
Beyond.
Because it's the 4 of them, Taylor, Denise, Jeremiah, and Steven at the apartment. Everybody's left. Jeremiah's like, I have nowhere to go. Like, am I really a freeloader, whatever? And Steven's like, well, you don't have a job, and you don't pay rent, and you don't do anything. So, yeah, you kind of are.
Yeah.
I was like, finally, someone's being honest with him.
I know. It's like he needs the realness for sure, and no one's around to give it to him. Or he's just really not wanting to listen, you know?
It's very clear that nobody wants him to stay with them. Yeah. They're talking about how he sleep cooks. Another cooking thing.
Oh, watch out. He sleep cooks.
Yeah.
It's like, all right,
In his
now
underwear.
we're hitting the nail over the head
Yeah.
with it. It's like, we get it. Jeremiah's going to be a cook.
Yeah.
Like, we get it.
And reluctantly, Denise agrees for Jeremiah to stay. Important note, they agree for a week.
Yep.
Later on, we find out it has not been a week.
It's been a lot longer than that.
Yep. Then we cut to Laurel and John. They're at home cooking. John's looking for the Pepsid.
Can I tell you? I thought he was gonna have a heart attack. Which is so horrible. But like, he was like, he's like holding his chest. He's like, oh, my heartburn, and it was just so much time of him like looking for the Pepsid.
Right.
So I was like, is he about to collapse in this kitchen on Thanksgiving?
I would not be able to mentally handle that.
No, neither would I.
No.
But like, I genuinely thought that was about to happen because it was just so much time spent on him and his heartburn looking for the Pepsid. Like, it was a lot, you know. I don't know.
I think it was
Thank
just.
God that
I think
didn't
it just
happen.
shows like their relationship, like throughout their marriage. You know, like something right in front of him, but he needs Laurel to go and get it for him. You know what I mean?
Of course.
And Conrad calls Laurel, which I was very excited to see.
I was excited too.
Laurel hasn't talked to Jer about Conrad being at Christmas, but Laurel's like, I still really want you to come. Everybody really wants you to come.
She said Steven says he's okay with it. Meanwhile, literally within the same hour, Conrad texted Jer happy Thanksgiving, and he ignored it, and he's ignored every text.
You know what I just realized too? Sorry. Keep going.
What?
Steven like never even gave Jeremiah any slack about him cheating on Belly.
Oh my God, you're right. We just went all past that.
Just never, not a punch.
Because he found out about it, and then he and Taylor got back together.
Yeah.
So they didn't.
So he's
really,
like,
maybe
you can cheat on my brother. I'm with Taylor now. You can cheat on my sister. I'm with Taylor now.
Maybe like he didn't want to like kick a guy while he was down
Yeah,
at the time, and then too much time passed.
It's like anticlimactic.
No,
it's like,
I
why
believe.
is Steven still mad at Conrad?
Right.
You know?
That doesn't make sense. Like, that's stupid as fuck.
So she says Steven says it's okay. Conrad's like, whatever that means.
Which
like,
I don't even think Steven asked. Like, that was probably not.
Conrad says that he's been thinking about reaching out to Belly. Laura says, I can't speak for her, but do whatever you think is best. It'll be good for you, whatever. He goes, you sound like my therapist.
Yep.
Which was really cute.
And it's like, he's like, yeah, I'm working on like being less controlling and being more comfortable with uncertainty. And he's like, uncertainty sucks. I hate this, whatever.
Yeah.
And then he gets her address. I don't know if literally in that moment Laurel's like, here's her address, but clearly he does, because he then goes on to write her a letter.
Yes. Conrad says he'll be there for Christmas. He opens his drawer and he still has the picture of them from the party that they had in the cousin's house. And he's looking at the picture and he starts writing the letter.
Yep.
Belly's in Paris in her apartment. She's opening the door, looking through her mail, and she sees the letter.
Can't believe her eyes.
I can't believe it.
I couldn't believe my eyes either.
I guess did she read it or no?
So I'm not sure because
later on it shows that they're not opened.
Yeah.
So I don't think she read all of them until later.
What I'm assuming. I think she read the first one. And then
saved
it
the
seems
rest?
like she hasn't read the others.
Yeah.
Because they were all like wrapped up in a whatever. But she
So-
had to have read at least one.
Right, because it's giving Conrad's
his narration.
Yeah. He's narrating the letter while there's this
voiceover.
montage of her, I couldn't tell if this was her actual life, if this was him imagining her life. I think that's what it was supposed to be.
I think at first it was him imagining it, but once they showed like her with her friends, I was like, oh, I think actually this is happening.
Right.
So
like
between
a little bit of imagination and real life intertwined.
like a little bit of whatever that time is between Thanksgiving and Christmas.
Yeah.
It seems like that's when she and her friends were hanging out, and she all of a sudden she's cozied up with I don't know his name.
Well, not just yet. There's still like
in that
flirting.
moment they're like
they're flirting for sure.
Flirty, cozy.
And even her friends are noticing,
and they're all giving eyeballs.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. I don't know his name. Do we?
Benito.
Yeah,
I didn't know his name until later on. I have the hot guy's here in my notes.
Yeah. And he is hot.
He is hot. Yeah. In the letter, he's like, Laurel said that you're not coming back for Christmas. I guess that means you're happy. I like picturing that, which is so sweet. Like, I literally have chills.
I know. It's so nice.
The letter was really, really sweet and just very like, I hope you're doing well, like very authentic and very nice, and not too like, short and sweet and to the point.
Yeah.
Belly's closing up at the cafe. She texts Jeremiah Merry Christmas, pours herself a big glass of wine.
With this whole scene, she's like saying goodbye to what's her face, and she's like, "Are you sure you're good at closing up?" And she's like,
it's Christmas Eve.
It's Christmas Eve, yeah, Christmas Eve." And she's like, "Yeah, go be with your family. I watch you do it a million times." She like locks the door, pours the glass, puts on Rockin' on the Christmas Tree, is drunk, texting Jeremiah Merry Christmas. You know, Hawkeye sees her through the window and wants to come in. And here's where I started thinking, like, all right, well, Belly, you got to close up this bar. Like, you don't own this place. And you got to lock the door and you got to do all these things. And, you know, they spend some time in there. And he wants, you know, he's flirting. He looks like Timothée Chalamet. And, which I wrote down, by the way, before Taylor made that joke about it later.
Oh, that's funny.
I went, I said, this is literally Timothée Chalamet.
That's funny.
But in this time, right, they're like playing darts.
Yeah.
Because he's like,
come out with me. Like, I want to go wander the streets. Everything's empty. She's like, no, I have to stay here. Whatever. It's warm in here.
Yes.
He's like, how about you play me in darts, and whoever wins gets to pick. She crushes it. She beats his ass.
She beats him like 5 times, and then she's like, all right, fine, let's go. So then we cut to them outside, and in my head, I'm still like, Belly, you've not.
Did you lock the door?
Closed up this restaurant.
Did you turn
like,
off the lights?
I genuinely was like, that was another thing where I thought there was foreshadowing that there wasn't, and I was like, she's gonna wake up tomorrow and be in trouble on Christmas Day with her friend because someone's gonna ransack that bar because she didn't lock it up. I was really looking for drama this episode, and it was not like
Just
it did
thinking
not
the
come.
worst.
I really
No, that's
was
valid,
thinking
though.
the worst. Like I was like, she's aloof and she's gonna leave this fucking bar open on Christmas. It's gonna get raided for booze.
Yeah.
Like, anyway, obviously didn't happen.
Yeah, they go outside. He's like, oh, we'll get on the scooter. She's like, oh, actually, I'll drive. Like, you said the streets are empty. Okay.
But here was her argument though, and I'm honestly like I'm dying about this again. He's like, here, get on my Vespa, and she's like, no way, you're not driving. You've had way too much wine. And he's like, I mean, no, but okay. I mean, they have had several bottles of wine. And then she goes, well, the streets are empty, so like, let me drive, teach me. And I'm like, okay, so he can't drunk drive, but you can?
Yeah.
And you were drunk off 1 glass of wine, so I trust you way less, Belly, to be on a fucking Vespa in the middle of Paris.
While it's snowing.
In the snow. Yeah,
it's
just
so
too much.
dangerous.
I was very concerned about the safety of others at this point.
Yeah.
But it was romantic.
It was. They drive off together. Then it cuts to Christmas at the cousin's house. Looks very beautiful in the snow.
It does.
Conrad and Steven are sitting on the couch. Conrad's like, do you still hate me?
Playing a video game.
Yeah.
Silently.
Steven's just like, I don't hate you. I just don't know how to be around you.
That was sad. I don't know how to be around you anymore.
Yeah.
He says.
That was super sad.
Sad and also just a little annoying by Steven, you know?
I know. It's like, you clearly picked a side, and you picked the wrong side. When he's always kind of been Team Conrad, so I just never understood that.
Yeah, I agree.
So they're saying, you know, he's like, yeah, like no one like answers my texts. Like the only person that answers me is Taylor.
Yeah,
which I thought was super surprising because like obviously Taylor was giving him a hard time these past couple episodes.
She's got a soft spot for him.
For
though.
sure,
She knows
that
love is
that
there.
Belly like will love him forever.
Yeah.
Steven gets a text. He's like, oh shit, something happened at work. Adam walks in. He's wearing the Santa hat. He's like, oh, something happened? Like, what's
he
wrong?
Says, ho, ho, ho. Like, he literally walked in menacingly. Like, he was crazy. Like, in a hat to ruin Christmas.
Well, because he knew he was going to fuck with Steven.
Of course. I mean, he was being funny, to be honest.
Yeah,
but
it was funny.
Fine, but yeah.
But he's like, yeah, like, did you find out that my colleague
the Dunster account? He literally walks in. Steven's like frantically leaving a message for Denise on the thing, being like, "Mr. the Dunster account has pulled out.
Call me back as soon as possible.
Back right away." And Adam's behind him saying, "Ho ho ho!" And Steven's like, "Oh hey, I was just calling the girlfriend Taylor." Like he's stumbling over, and he was like, "Oh, were you?
Yeah."
Are you sure you weren't freaking out about my buddy who works over at the Dunster account and they just collapsed?
Draining your funds or whatever?
Yeah, draining the funds of the business you started with Denise behind my back that I've known about this whole time?
Yeah.
And Steven's like, actually, that is what's going on.
Yeah, you're actually right on the
crazy.
nose. Steven's like, am I fired? Mm-hmm. And Adam's like, no, like, actually, I'm actually kind of impressed. Like, I didn't think you had the balls.
Yeah.
Which I thought was pretty funny. And
it is funny.
They're kind of like, okay, whatever. Adam walks away, and as he's walking away, Steven goes, actually, Adam, I quit.
I was scared for Steve. I was scared for him in this moment.
I know.
I said,
crazy
I don't
timing.
know about that. Christmas Day, you're gonna quit?
Clearly Adam he's I don't know if he's turned a new leaf or what it is, but he was like, okay, yeah, like if that's what you want. Like he's like, are you sure? He's like, yeah, I'm sure. They shake on it, and that's that.
That's that. And I do kind of like this version of Adam. I think you're right.
Yeah.
I think he's softening up a little bit. I think he's still all business, but I think that he respects the hunger out of Steven
100%.
a lot. And I think that even him quitting, despite the fact that he's like this big, whatever, Steven also does give Denise credit. He's like, actually, Denise was the one with the balls to like get this moving. And Adam was like, no surprise. If they're like his 1 and 2 lieutenants, like, yeah, it sucks to lose them both, but I do think he admires their
100%.
Tenacity at the very least. So,
and I think he probably wants them to succeed on their own.
Of course.
There's a quick scene of Conrad. He's getting the ornaments. He sees Belly's room. He walks into Belly's room. He's like feeling all the feels. And he sees Junior Mint still in the closet. Then we have Jeremiah. Or actually, they're still in the house. Laura's like, oh, Jeremiah's here. Cuts to like the window. Jeremiah's still sitting in the car.
She goes, oh, Jeremiah's here. And it literally, like, the cut to the car and his fucking pout-ass face, like, in the dark, in the cold in the car. I was like, damn, he is not coming in this house.
There's no way he's coming in. Laurel goes out and joins him in the car. He says he can't go into the house without thinking of them two, Conrad and Belly.
Yep.
He's like, I lost everyone.
He's
blah,
like
blah.
literally crying in the car, by the way, to Laurel.
And I was like, you didn't lose everyone.
No.
You won in this situation. Like, you have Steven, you have Taylor, you have Laurel, you have Adam, like, you have everybody.
He didn't lose anyone. He lost Belly. That's it. But
exactly.
he didn't lose anybody else.
Yeah.
That was it.
Laurel's like just kind of just reassuring him in his feelings and just being like, if you don't want to, if you're not comfortable, like, there's no pressure for you to come inside. She's like, what smells so good?
Yep.
Oh, I made gochujang glazed carrots.
Here we go. Like, here we go. And then she was finally some good food, like, whatever.
She was like saying that I forget what the name. Yeah. I think that's her mom.
Is that not from K-pop Demon Hunters? Am I crazy for that?
Well, I think that's Korean
like
for
grandmother.
Yeah.
I thought so too, but I was dying at that. I was like, wow, I'm just Halmony. I think is how they pronounced it.
And she's like, yeah,
Crazy.
that's what she says. Oh, my grandma would be like, finally, there's some good food here, whatever.
Yep.
And so Jeremiah's like, I just don't think I can go in. Laurel's like, that's okay. It's all
get
right.
it.
And he's like, I'm so sorry for being a dick to you on wedding day. She's like, I know that was just you being angry and like you were really like frustrated. And I don't hold it against you or anything.
And I think that we all knew that. We all knew that he was lashing out, and Laurel was the closest one there, showing him care. And good on Laurel for still nurturing him or being nurturing towards him despite his like bullshit and whatever. Like let's all remember, like he does not have his mom. He doesn't have like a strong female in his life that can care for him right now. And he clearly needs it.
So Jeremiah doesn't go in. He goes back to Denise's, and he's chilling at Denise's on the couch.
Yep.
Denise walks in. She's like, oh, I forgot some presents for the nephews, and they're going to freak out, so I had to come and get them. She's like, what's going on? You're wearing your sad pants.
Yes, which was the first sign to me that he had been there longer than a week.
Obviously.
100%. Time had shifted because it was between Thanksgiving and Christmas, but when she recognized his sad pants from the minute she walked in the door, I said, oh, she's seen these before.
Yeah. I think I've seen this film before. She asks what happened. He explains to her that he couldn't go in the house. It's too emotional, blah, blah. And then he says something that's so out of pocket. My jaw dropped. And I said, he's not going to say what I think he's about to say.
I knew he was going to say this. And I'll tell you why.
He goes, losing Belly was more painful than losing my mom because my mom is actually dead. She's gone. But Belly's still here. She's just not with me.
Yeah. She's just out there floating around somewhere.
Denise should have been like, okay, let's unpack that.
Yeah.
Let's get you to therapy.
Right.
That was a crazy statement.
Which is where he needed to be this entire time, because that statement coming from Jeremiah, All tell you what, Gia, did not surprise me at all.
No, it didn't surprise me at all.
Because, and we know this, Jeremiah packaged up his grief about his mother and threw it all into Belly.
Yeah.
And so he never actually processed that grief.
No.
Like he cried with Belly by his side. He was also crying. I don't think either of them really grieved Susanna's death in the proper way because they just kind of like fed off each other. Jeremiah basically acted like Belly was his mom half the time.
100%.
And so obviously that he's feeling these displaced feelings. So now that he doesn't have Belly, he's stuck with his own feelings all by himself. And instead of recognizing that he still has work to do for himself about his mother's grief, he's like pushing this all on to, I lost Belly. It was worse than losing my mom. It's like, no, you never really processed losing your mom.
And ipso facto.
Yeah. And now you have no choice but to think about it because she is not here either to like distract you and be shiny and make it all better.
Yeah. It just
Which
really.
he literally says, she makes it all better. She was so good at making it all better.
And it also just shows how toxic their codependency was.
Extremely.
Because, you know, I think that was a theme that was constantly being brought up from Taylor and Steven and everybody just being like, you guys need to figure out who you are on your own. And yeah, this just showed it right there and then, because the fact that he saw his relationship with Belly as like more important, I don't really know. It's just like, it was a crazy statement to make.
I think it was really like, it was crazy of him to admit that out loud. I do think that's like a first step. Like maybe he thinks about that now and is like, damn, that was kind of crazy.
Because Denise was like, you need to grieve.
Yeah.
And he was like, how do I do that? And she's like, well, like the first step is like accepting and forgiving. You have to forgive yourself. You have to forgive Belly. You have to forgive Conrad. You have to forgive everyone that you don't want to forgive. Yeah.
Yeah. I said, great advice by Denise. She had a good, you know, she was just kind of on a soapbox a little bit for him.
Yeah.
And I think he needed that. And again, like, I do think he responds well to like feminine energy, you know, like he likes that, like he'll listen to women. He doesn't necessarily listen to like his dad or, you know what I mean? Like, I feel like whatever, but
that's true.
Then Jeremiah says like, you know, Denise, like we're really good friends, huh? And she's like, yeah. And he's like, you let me live here for a month and for a month and whatever. And I, you know, essentially is like thankful for her, which I know that there are rumors about like Jeremiah, Denise, like whatever from the book. I hope that they stay friends. I think that
I don't think
this is a good place for them to be. And we got one episode left. It'd be really dumb for them to suddenly like be together.
I couldn't tell like from the conversation where Denise was talking about Steven and how like, you know, she thought because, you know, they were such good friends and they got along so well together that maybe there was something between them. And, you know, she was saying that like when she falls super hard. And I was like, is there like a little bit of a vibe going on between
thought
them?
the same for a second. And then I was like, you know, I don't know.
I don't want there to be, so I
don't want there to be either. Yeah, I don't want there to be either. And I just, sometimes when Denise gets into those combos, like she has like flirty eyes, like she just gets flirt face. And I think that's what she just kind of had on for Jeremiah. But
she has like such a unique face that like she has kind of like those like siren eyes, you know?
Big time. Yeah.
And she's like, you should come to Christmas. My grandma would love you, blah, blah, blah. And she invites Jeremiah. Jeremiah's
she's like, you're everything that she wanted. You're pretty. You can cook well. And something else. I forget. But
so Jeremiah goes to Denise with her for Christmas, which is very nice of Denise.
Yes, very nice of
her. Flash forward, and it's New Year's Eve.
Woohoo! Taylor's in Paris.
Taylor's here. The girlies are back together. And
here's a question. I know Belly took public transport to like get to wherever she needed to go when she first arrived in Paris, which was crazy in my opinion, first off. But then Taylor also like showed up outside the bar on a bus.
Yeah, I know.
What about Ubers? You know, Taylor's got a job, right? Or no, I guess she's in school. But the Uber from Charles de Gaulle to the center of Paris is like not that crazy. So I don't know why
maybe
are they.
She just wanted to.
She wanted to just do
the
with all the luggage,
lifestyle.
I guess.
Yeah.
I just feel like when you first arrive, it's like drive through the street. No.
Yeah.
Maybe I'm being a brat.
So Taylor comes. She's like, I can't wait to go shopping. I need an outfit for New Year's. Blah blah blah. They go in. It's kind of like this little montage of them shopping together. Taylor's wearing her beret.
I said Taylor in Paris is so funny. Like every and then they kept cutting. There was like a few different cuts where she was like, I'm just having a Paris moment. It's like you're so fucking funny.
I love her.
It's just a Parisian moment. Yeah. It's another Parisian moment. Like she was
obsessed
really cracking me
with
up.
the pink beret.
Love
and
the
they're
beret.
shopping with they're shopping with the hottie, who I later found out his name, Benito.
Yep.
Then they're at Belly's apartment for the party. They're setting up. They look so cute. I love Taylor's dress. And
love
Belly
Taylor's
looks
dress.
gorgeous.
Belly looks amazing.
Yeah.
They both were, and the apartment ended up looking really cute too. Like all of her roommates were gone, and so it seems like Belly cleaned up while they were gone, which is nice.
It looked great.
Yeah.
Taylor tells Belly that she's moving in with Steven. They're super excited, blah, blah, blah.
After graduation,
yes.
Taylor's moving in. She's setting up. She's like, I got a bunch of really cute things for Steven's apartment, you know? So she's, making herself at home.
Yes. And she, brings up Benito and she calls him the sexy Latino Chalamet.
Yes.
She's like, what's going on between
funny.
Yeah, what's going on between you and the sexy Latino Chalamet? And, you know, Belly's like, oh, that's nothing, whatever. Like, he's just a friend.
And typical Belly, not recognizing this guy's hitting on her. Although I do think she knows, and she's just keeping him at arm's length at this point.
And Taylor's like, you know, you got to get out there. Like, you're never going to be able to, like, get over this whole situation if you don't, like, put yourself out there, whatever. And Belly goes, well, it's not like I've been a nun.
Yeah, which I was like, okay, Belly.
Okay. I said, go, Belly.
What Parisian men have you been hooking up with in the last few months?
I would assume that, like, maybe her and Benito made out when they were on the motorcycle or something.
Must have. I would hope. At least a little kiss.
And then Jeremiah calls her. And, whoa. So she answers the phone. She goes to the bathroom, answers the phone. She's like, hey, like, I wasn't expecting you to call. And he's at a restaurant working as, like, a busboy. They kind of have, like, very small talk, awkward small talk. Belly, like, starts to be like, you know, I'm so sorry about everything. Like, I didn't want it to go down that way. And
she's like, I'm glad you called because now I can say this. Yeah. And launches into an apology.
And Jeremiah's like, I don't want to talk about that. Like, that's not why I called.
I don't want to talk about the past.
Yeah. That's not why I called. Belly says, okay, so why did you call? And he says that he was tired of being afraid to call her, which I thought was sweet. And yeah, sometimes you just have to rip the Band-Aid off.
I totally agreed with that moment because it's true. Like, the longer before you know, just get over a hurdle like that, the more daunting it seems.
Yeah, and you can't do that without some sort of closure, like talking. Like, they haven't had one conversation besides that one bus ride phone call where he hung up on her. Like,
right, and said, don't ever fucking call me again, or whatever the hell he said.
Which is not ending off on a good note. So, like, obviously, I don't think you can ever really get over someone if you just, like, never communicate about how it ended. You know what I mean?
No, of course not. You need like a civil conversation to end it. Also, it seems like Belly had texted Jeremiah a few times as well, and he ignored them all too. Yeah. We found that out.
Yeah, I think we saw that, like,
on Thanksgiving.
On her phone. Yeah. She texted him, like,
or maybe
Happy
Christmas,
Thanksgiving or
Merry
something.
Christmas, exclamation point. And he didn't answer, but he started typing and then never replied. This is New Year's Eve that he's calling her finally.
So then Jeremiah's like, oh, you know, I got to get back to work. He's always calling her in the middle of work.
Yeah. The guy, the head chef is like, your break ended 90 seconds ago. It's like, why did you call at the end of your break? Like, why didn't you call at the beginning?
So they hang up, and then Belly and Taylor are partying. They're dancing together, and Benito walks in with the package, or was it Taylor that had the package? I think it was Taylor.
Oh,
someone brings in a package.
It must be Benito when he showed up.
Yeah,
and, like,
I
maybe
think
he
so.
handed it to her.
And I think
I'm
he
kind
handed
of forgetting
it to Taylor
this.
or something.
I'm, like, forgetting this.
Yeah, I know.
part.
And Taylor took the package, and she's like, "Oh my God, this is from Conrad."
Yeah.
And Belly's like, "Oh fuck." He's been writing me. And she's like, "What the fuck?" Like, he's like, yeah, but I haven't been answering him.
Right.
They go into her room. She opens the package, and it's a big thing of Sour Patch Kids and Junior Mint. Oh!
Junior Mint, who, remember when Conrad went into her room during Christmas. I was confused by the timeline. Went into her room during Christmas, looked up in the closet and saw Junior Mint. The stuffed animal, by the way. Yeah. We're talking about the stuffed animal.
Who's
that
still
he won
wearing the infinity necklace.
Yes.
Which is very cute.
Yes.
Taylor's kind of like, you're never going to be able to get over Conrad if, like, this is still going on. Like, you have this hot guy, whatever. And she's like, I just, like, there's obviously sparks between you and Benito. Like, are you afraid of getting hurt again? And she says, no, I'm afraid of hurting someone else again.
So fair.
And I was like,
that
damn,
gave me chills.
That was a very mature outlook from Belly, because
very mature.
It's
just very real.
Yeah.
It's a very real thing, especially when the area is gray. Like, when it comes down to it, Belly did hurt Jeremiah. Yeah. Whether you like him or not, she hurt his feelings. He hurt her too. Yeah. But she wasn't innocent. And I do think that there's a piece of her that, because she has felt that hurt, doesn't want to then inflict it on other people.
100%. And I also think, like, she's like, I've literally blown up my whole life. Like, you know, the people that I love, like, don't talk to me anymore. Like, it's hard. Like, I don't want to do that again or have the possibility of that happening again. Right. And then Taylor's like, don't, like, the Fisher brothers are so last year. Like, they're like last year's old purse. Like, we're on to bigger and better things, which was cute.
Yeah, it was cute.
And after Taylor says that, they're counting down. Belly walks out of the room, walks right up to Benito, grabs him, and kisses him.
3, 2, 1, Happy New Year. Kiss on the mouth.
Hot guy. A hot makeout.
Hot guy.
Yeah.
And he is just like so hot.
He's really hot.
Beyond.
And I like him for her.
Me too.
And then it cuts to we're outside of Belly's apartment. Obviously, it is a time jump now.
It's springtime.
It's spring. It's warm.
They show the cherry blossoms.
Yes, very cute.
Which means it would be like April-ish, probably mid to late April.
Her and Benito are in bed together.
Ooh, sexy.
So cute. Like, they have a lot of chemistry. It's really
do.
Yeah, really cute to watch.
They have like her and Conrad type chemistry.
Yeah.
Nothing like Jeremiah.
No.
I
Every
feel bad
time
for
they
her.
made out, I was like, help her.
For real. I feel bad for her for what? She was with him for 4 years, something crazy. All that time, like
just having
bad sex. Yeah. I was like, damn, Belly, you're
brutal.
really missing out.
Yeah. Her French is significantly better. She's like pretty much fluent.
She's
now.
literally fluent.
Yeah.
Like it's night and day based on her the last time we saw her talking about Paris as a whole.
Because her roommates are giving her a hard time. There's a leak in the apartment, blah, blah, blah.
They're all coming in. She's in bed with the guy.
Yeah, she's like, we're half naked.
Clovis
Get out of here.
is in here. The businessman gets in here. There's no privacy in that place. Oh, I could never live in that place.
Jeez,
Never.
it seems like a nightmare.
No
And then we cut
real
to,
doors. Like, it's crazy.
We cut to Gemma's apartment. Belly is there helping Gemma pack up because Gemma's moving in with her girlfriend. She's helping Gemma pack. She says that Benito asked her to go to Mexico for her grandma's 80th.
Yep.
She's like, but like I can't go. I have graduation. I'm going home. I have to see my family. All this stuff. I have to go back to my real life, she says.
Yep,
and Gemma says...
To go back to my real life eventually.
Yeah, and Gemma says, this could be your real life if you want it to be. Like, you don't have to go. Like, you can actually take my apartment. Like,
yes, which crazy... Here's the thing, like, she's packing up the apartment. It's the most beautiful apartment I've ever seen in my life. It's overlooking some landmark that Belly likes. I didn't remember.
Sacré Coeur.
Yeah, which I don't know that.
It's the big, like, church thing.
It's beautiful, whatever it is. And crazy that, like, this had never come up before, you know? Like, she didn't say, like, I'm moving out. You want to move in?
Yeah.
Until this moment. Yeah. So I'm curious as to, like, maybe in this moment, Gemma was sensing her hesitation to go home and was like, I'll throw you a bone if you need. And Belly calls Laurel.
Yep. That
Belly,
like instantly makes Belly think about like the possibilities. She calls Laurel, and Laurel's like, oh, when are you flying home? And Belly says, like, I just feel like I'm not done here yet. I feel like I have a lot to do and a lot to learn and everything. And she explains that she has like all these different options that she can to make it work. She knows someone that runs a sports program at a school. She can take online classes at somewhere else.
She certainly has this all planned out, considering she like never thought of it in her life.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Like,
right.
she's like, well, actually,
but it seems like she's been like slowly kind of
she's been feeling stuff
gathering
out.
information so that because I think in the back of her head, obviously
she's like, I don't want to leave.
Yeah,
her mom is Laurel is obviously she's a little shocked, but she's listening.
Yeah, and
she asks about her visa, which is a question we all have, and I guess. Right, like she can apply for like a grad school or something.
Yeah, some kind of specialty.
School, and then separately, there's like a local that comes to the bar that like works for another international school program that like needs help in the sports department.
Yeah,
which, is Belly no sports? I don't know, but
well, she says she wants to be like a sports psychiatrist, right?
Does she?
Yeah, because she got a volleyball injury, and when her and Jeremiah are like walking on campus together, she's like, Jeremiah's like, oh, if you never got your injury, that wouldn't have led you to sports psychology.
Oh wow, I totally forgot about that. Oh well, good for her then.
Yeah. Laurel's super supportive. She's also like, you can tell she's disappointed, but she wants to be supportive of Belly.
Yeah.
She's like, I just miss having you here. I miss having you down the hall. Reminded you to wash your bras.
Yeah, it was hilarious.
Which is really funny.
She's being really sweet on the phone. Kind of crazy Laurel hasn't, or maybe she has, we had never saw it, but like crazy they've not come to visit Belly yet.
Totally.
Like they just haven't come to Paris at all. Maybe because Belly was in that shitty apartment.
Yeah. You know? There's really no room for them.
Yeah, I wouldn't want parents to see that.
And I just said Laurel's such a good mom in this scene. You know, she says, I'm so excited for you to come home or to stay. Like, I think, and then she said, like, you've always known, like, in your heart. Oh, wait. Sorry, no, that was later on.
With the flashback.
Yeah. And they're talking, and she actually was like, and then Laura's like, so how are you doing, like, with today and everything? And Belly's like, oh my gosh, it's the anniversary of Susanna's death. Like, I can't believe I forgot. And Laura's like, do not beat yourself up about it. Like you, if anything, that's a good thing. Like you're living your life, you're doing what you need to do. And then she's like explaining that Susanna would love the apartment that she's moving into, that it looks over the Sacre Coeur, just she's always wanted. And then she's
just like in Sabrina, which that made me cry my eyes out. I was like, this is
and
so
Laurel
sweet.
goes, how perfect. And I just thought that was such a sweet moment between them.
Yeah.
And then that's when Belly's looking through old pictures of them at Cousins, looking at a picture of her and Susanna. And it's a flashback of little Belly. Susanna's asking her where she wants to travel to. Let's go to Italy. Let's rent a house.
Should we rent a house in Italy? Should we go to where else?
And Laurel's like, that sounds expensive. And Susanna goes, okay, let's have Adam rent us a house in Italy.
Laurel goes, and can we leave him at home?
Yeah. Which was so
yes,
funny.
Such a good like bestie combo.
Yeah.
But I'll tell you what, right now, if there's a Susanna flashback, I'm crying. Like
100%.
I'm immediately crying. Yeah. It's so sweet. And I also think like I love how Susanna is like Belly's other mom. You know? Like, and I love how much she like cares for her and thinks about her future, and she's the daughter she never had. And this is a perfect example of that. She's like, Belly, if you could go anywhere in the world, where would you go? And she's like, I don't, I'm all good. Like, I know what I like as a little kid. And that's where Susanna says, like, that's true. You've always known what you want.
Yeah. You've always been a girl who knows her own heart.
Yes.
Which was very sweet. And I think obviously that was necessary because, Belly, throughout this whole season, you can tell that she's super uncertain about everything she's doing, but like deep down, she knows what she wants. Yeah, she's just too afraid to hurt people or cause drama or change.
She's like afraid to think of herself.
Yeah,
like she knows, right? She knows what she's doing. She knows what she feels is right, and she just needs to trust her gut a little bit more. But I love that she's staying in Paris. I love it. I think that once I saw that apartment, I was like, girl, you better change your plans. Like,
I knew once they were packing up her stuff, I was like, Belly's moving into this apartment.
Same.
So then we're back in Cousins. We're at the cemetery. Jeremiah's walking through the cemetery. Belly texts Jeremiah while he's walking. She says like, I forgot what she says over text, but then he responds and says like, thank you, something like that. Maybe something about Susanna or something. She wrote like, hope you're doing okay today. Yeah. Or something like that. Something along those lines. Yeah. Jeremiah responds. He's walking up to the grave and he sees that Conrad is there.
Which this was crazy. I have all caps. Oh my God. Brother meet up at mom's grave.
Brother meet up at mom's grave.
For like the first time.
Yeah.
It's for the first time in
the
like
wedding.
So almost probably like 9-10 months at this point. Holy shit.
So he walks up. He's like, I didn't know you were going to be here. I came early because I thought, I didn't want to
come in and out.
Yeah, I didn't want to run into you.
Yep.
They start talking. Jeremiah goes, I can't remember her laugh.
Ugh.
And Conrad says, I can't remember her hands. And Jeremiah says, they're just like yours. Which was really cute.
I honestly can't even like talk about it.
And so
Waterworks.
sad. Yeah.
Waterworks. And also just a moment for the two of them, like, of course, Susanna is the one that brings them together, like inadvertently. And it's like they show up at this thing and you can feel the anger from Jeremiah towards Conrad. Yeah. And you can also feel that like exhaustion from being angry. Like his face is like pissed and annoyed, but he's just like overwhelmed, I think, with emotion in general. And it's nice.
Conrad is just like very adamant. He's like, I just really miss you. I'm so sorry about everything that went down. And Jeremiah's like, you were a snake in the grass this entire summer, like plotting and scheming to get her away from me. And, he's like, I loved her so much, blah, blah, blah. And Conrad hits him with, if you loved her so much, how could you sleep with somebody else?
Yeah.
And he was like, we were broken up, blah, blah, blah. The only reason that happened is because you guys were in Cousins during Christmas. And she didn't tell me about this, blah, blah, blah. And he's like, and you just thought you could come in and swoop in and take her. And Conrad's like, you can't take someone, Jer. Like,
you can't take someone. She's not property. Yeah, she's not. Like, this is crazy.
She's a person. Like, she makes her own decisions.
Fully. Jeremiah at this point kind of switches up after hearing that, I feel, and is like, I can't decide which. No. Okay, sorry. I jumped ahead. Conrad then in this moment is like, you can't take somebody, you can't, whatever, she's not property. And he's like, you also have to remember that you've been this person too. Like you jumped on the opportunity to start dating Belly a month after we broke up. And he's like, so you get it. Like when if you want her, you get her. Like that's how it is. And then Jeremiah in this moment kind of, I think, has that realization 100%. And goes, can you blame me for wanting to hold on to her for as long as I could? And that's in response to him like not breaking up with her after like the Christmas thing. Yeah. And instead cheating on her and like all this stuff and not ever wanting to bring that up because he knew, and he says this, because I knew once I brought up Christmas, it would be over. Yeah. Yeah. Which, and I said this whole brother conversation just ripped me apart. Like I felt so bad for them both. It was a much needed conversation. And I think it was much needed for Jeremiah to realize like, he's kind of as much as the villain in this story as Conrad is. Oh, yeah. And I think Conrad saying that to him really opened up his eyes. And Conrad also kind of clocked him, too. He's like, as if a ring could make somebody yours. Yeah. He was like, yeah, you, like, used a ring to basically, like, make up for everything and try to push everything down, and that didn't work. He basically was like, you tried to, like... He didn't say these words exactly, but he essentially was implying that he, like, trapped her in it. He's like, you wanted to keep her around, so you thought that giving her a ring would do that. Yeah. After Jeremiah kind of has that realization, they kind of start talking and it starts to get a little bit more lighthearted. Conrad's like, damn, like I had this promise to mom and I've done a shit job at it. And Jeremiah was like, what was your promise? He was like, I promise to always take care of you and be there for you. And Jeremiah was like, well, I always promised to... What was it? He's like, I promised her to never let anything come between us. Yeah. And I guess I did a bad job at that too. Yeah. Which is true. And then... So I think they realized, like, we both screwed up in this situation. Like, no one's innocent here. And they have a big hug. Which the whole time they were talking, I kept being like, just hug, just hug. Oh, as I'm, like, through tears. Like, really I was so emotional during this combo. And Jeremiah was like, I really needed you here, whatever. And... Conrad's like, I'm here now. Yeah. Which was a beautiful moment. Very, very sweet. And they're walking out of the cemetery. Jeremiah asks if Belly has texted her, as in Belly. And he says no, but he has been writing her letters. I was glad he was honest about that. Jeremiah says, do what you have to do and don't fucking waste it. Yeah. He's like, I'm not going to be like supportive, but do what you have to do. He's like, I'm not going to be happy about it. He's like, but don't waste the opportunity, essentially is what he says. And then... The one. What the literal fuck? No, like, that was how dare you put this song right here? How dare you? So I had Jenny chills down my spine. Bitch. Like, oh my God, I couldn't. Just as if I wasn't crying so much already. Like, right? It was too much. Belly is in her new apartment. I think this is obviously another time jump. I would think it must be probably like a couple weeks. Yeah, maybe just a week. Maybe a week after fully moving in at least. Yes. She has kept all the letters, but from what I saw, they weren't opened. It seemed like they were all wrapped up. They definitely were all wrapped up in a rubber band. Yeah, but. Not sure if they're opened or not. Yeah. We can only see the top parts. Benito is there. I said, oh, they're cute. They're very cute together. They are very cute. Benito's very sweet. Yeah. He asks her again to go to Mexico, and she kind of doesn't answer. He goes, he's so funny in this moment. He goes, I promise I'm not going to propose to you in front of my entire family. I just want you to see where I grew up. Yeah. And which was very sweet. It was very sweet. And I do think that, like, again, she's just being hesitant. Like, that's a very serious thing. We're flying all the way from Paris to Mexico. And she still has those Conrad letters. Like, she's not over him, and she knows it. And, I think she said to Taylor, she's like, I've been keeping him at, like, an arm's length. Yeah. Yeah. And then it cuts, and she is answering Conrad in a little postcard. Kept it very short and sweet. Yeah. Just said, like, it was so nice of you to write. Like, I hope you're doing well, blah, blah, blah. By the way, I moved apartments. Here's my new address. Here's my new address. She said, thank you for sending Junior mint. Yeah. As well. But and I was really like, okay, well, anything but that. No. She kept it short and sweet. Which is kind of like pimp by Belly. No. I'm like, I'm not going to acknowledge any of the other letters you sent. But keep sending them. I loved that from her. Me too. Kept him, like, interested. And it clearly shows that she still has her heart with him because, you know, she wouldn't give him his address if she didn't. No. Then we cut to San Francisco. We finally see Agnes again. Agnes. Long-awaited Agnes. When Agnes busted into... So, we're San Francisco, Conrad's apartment. Conrad's doing whatever. Agnes just, like, busts in the door. And the way that she, like, came in and, like, sat on the couch, was up against the counter or whatever, I was like, do not tell me these two got together. Like, this is... Are we for real? Agnes has, like, a flirty energy about her around Conrad. For sure. I always am thinking that because she's in love with him. For sure. Yeah. But yeah, so she walks in and she's like, what's the deal? Yeah. She's like, oh,
so I guess he got that job back with Dr. Namaji.
Sounds like it.
Because he said like, oh, I heard you're going to Brussels with Doctor, blah, blah, blah. Conveniently, like an hour and a half away from Paris.
Yep.
And Conrad's like, that's not where I'm going. Like, actually, she wrote me. And he takes out his wallet, takes the postcard out of his wallet.
Him having the postcard in his wallet. Well, right. So Agnes walks in and she's like, well, show me the postcard. And he's like, no. And she's like, well, how can I know how to direct you, whether to show up or not? I got to see where she's at.
Yeah,
and so he like pulls it out of his wallet.
She's like, you really keep that in your wallet?
Yeah. And he's like, shut up. And like gives it to her.
Which was so cute.
She reads the postcard and says, oh, do not go. You can't go. She's like, you can't go. She's not wanting this. But then she kind of changes her tune.
She was kind of kidding.
Yeah.
I think she was like, no, I'm just trying to be a dick. Like,
yeah.
I think from this, like, it's either you do it or you don't. You're going to regret not doing it and you're going to regret doing it. It's like you can't really win here.
You got to do it.
So
she says if you don't do it, you'll regret it forever.
Yeah.
So you got to do it. At least see what's going on.
Yes, exactly. So then it cuts. Belly's walking in Paris.
It's playing Sign of the Times, by the way.
Yes.
Has it started playing Sign of the Times yet, actually?
Yeah, while she's walking in Paris.
Which that was another one that I was like,
she has a nice red lip on. She's looking very adult.
Extremely chic also. I was like, all right, Miss Paris.
Yeah, exactly.
Little Belly back from Paris.
Little old me back from Paris. Conrad's at the airport. He goes up to the desk. He's like, I want to change my flight to Paris. They're like, it'll be a $450 price change if you want to do it. He's like, fucking take my card.
He did not care. He was like, do
it. That and I.
He was like, oh, that's it? First class, upgrade me. Like, he didn't give a fuck. Also, though, why? I don't understand why he's taking the flight directly to Paris instead of just to Brussels, like originally planned, and then taking the train
and then
an hour.
Like, oh, I just had to. I don't know.
Let me pop out for an afternoon.
Right.
Like, okay.
But yes, and then it cuts back to Belly. She's in the chair at a hairstylist.
Yeah.
She's gonna get a little French bob.
Speaking fluent French to the hairdresser, and she's like, I just need a change for summer. Yeah. They're kind of like putting it up, like how are we gonna do the bob?
I'm like, oh my god, is she gonna get a bob?
I was like, of course. The second they started talking about her hair and the way it was like, are you sure? Whatever. I was like, she's getting a bob. She's getting a bob.
Girl,
a French bob.
A girl moves to Paris once and you have to get a bob.
Claire, it's French. It's literally what we're dealing with. Like, she's about to get this bob.
Yep.
She's in the chair. And then.
And but she says that I'm ready for something new. And then boom, it ends.
It's over.
Just stop your crying. It's the sign of the times.
I couldn't believe. I can't wait for the finale.
No.
What a perfect episode to cue us up for the finale.
Yeah.
I think that, so looking forward to, we've got Belly's bob, number one. Have to see it. Have to see what it looks like.
Very much looking forward to Belly's bob.
And wondering, because we see Lola walking around, clearly it's going to be a wig, whatever it is.
Right.
So prepare yourselves for
a bad wig
bob.
for
a bad wig for the finale. Because Lola is walking around with regular hair.
Yeah,
so unless, I don't think she ever had we would have known. Like, if she had a bob, we would have seen it in real life.
Yeah. If it's like a Laurel-esque bob, people would have been like,
we would have been like, she's got a bob.
Bobbing.
Yeah. She be bobbing.
Yeah.
But so we've got Belly's bob to look forward to. We've got Conrad's arrival in Paris. We've got Jeremiah's eventual enrollment in culinary school, probably. We've got, did Denise and Jeremiah hook up? How are Stephen and Taylor faring with their new relationship living together? How's Stephen and Denise's business? Laurel and John, how are they doing? There's so many things to wrap up in this last episode, and I think that we are just right there to just domino, clear it all up.
Yep.
And then eventually end with like what's going to happen with Belly and Conrad. And what I hope for is that they just like kiss like on some steps somewhere. And
in front of the Eiffel Tower?
Yeah. Like,
but I don't want them to kiss and then the show ends. Like, I want them to kiss and then you get a little extra. Like, we're only going to get one episode of them together fully. Give me the full episode of them together. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, or at least the last 20 minutes.
A little something.
Yeah. I'll be kind of disappointed if it ends.
Kind of going back to when Belly, she's fully moved into her apartment or whatever, or she has all of her stuff in and she's still setting stuff up. I also was dying when Benito walks in and she's like, take your shoes off, please. And he's like, oh, you never had this at our old apartment. And she was like, oh, well, I keep an Asian household.
Yeah.
And then she's like, and also I wanted to keep my shoes on in that other apartment because the floor was gross.
Yeah.
But like not here. I was dying at that. So, but he comes in, he helps her make the bed, blah, blah, blah. He asks her about
I wonder how that's going to end.
Well, so remember she says, that's fine, you can help me make the bed, but I'm spending the night here by myself.
Yeah.
I've never done that. So that's what I need to do. And in my head, we don't know what the time jump is between that moment and like her going to get her hair done and Conrad, getting on the flight. And we don't know the timing of all that, but we don't see Benito anywhere.
Yeah,
so
true.
Her being like, don't sleep over tonight.
Yeah.
I don't know. It could have been her way of seeing herself out. She didn't agree to go to Abuela's 80th. So
yeah, that's true.
I don't know.
That's true. She kind of just very much skirted the question. So we'll have to see.
So we don't know.
Yeah. But we have to end because
we do.
Yes.
We have to end because we have something exciting.
A little
we're about
special
to be
exciting
doing. You guys will see it October 1st, actually.
Oh!
As far as we know. So keep your eyes peeled for that and for other things. Thank you guys for tuning in with us for our Summer I Turned Pretty recap. We cannot wait to recap the finale with you guys next week.
Seriously.
Yay!
Yay!
Get excited and hope you guys enjoyed today's episode and we will see you on Tuesday.
Love you guys.